I would love to see, just for shits and giggles, a character I played called Viv the Crack Hoe.
You're about to break every rule you've ever lived by. What makes this job different?
There comes a moment when you realize you don't have as much time as you thought you had.
So, obviously, you guys have probably been asked a million questions about superheroes today, but watching this, I was like, it's a perfect AU for every superhero you could think of. If you guys could then take any character you've ever played and put it into like an alternate universe, is there one that you're like, I would like to see that character in this genre or this kind of movie?
I'd like to see, just for the fun of it, that played Kevin from Ghostbusters, who was
An icon.
an icon. Not the most intelligent guy, but he had a good heart. But he saw the world through a very different lens and very different perspective, and that'd be fun to mash him into this universe or into an alternate universe. Just like the character. Who's the funnest character?
I would like to see, I don't know, I would love to see, just for shits and giggles, a character I played called Viv the Crack Hoe. Go to the future. I would love to see how she would navigate.
That world?
Yeah,
I like that. That's fun.
go to the future.
Well, Chris, I wanted to
Back to the future.
say, because you get to, I love how awkward Mike is when he's doing things, because it reminded me of Black Hat. My favorite moment is when you couldn't get your sunglasses on a shirt and it made the final cut. I was like, this is incredible. Like, this is beautiful filmmaking. But it reminded me of that moment a lot, because he is like a little bit more awkward for someone who is like as talented as he is. Yeah. How fun is it for you when you're doing like action sequences or like whatever it may be in a movie like Crime 101 to get to lean into that awkwardness with a character like this?
Yeah, it's really refreshing, especially in this genre, in this space. We've seen this sort of the anti-hero or hero kind of, strength and the ability and the skill set, not just in their line of work, but they represent, courage and bravery and all of the, virtues that you'd want to see. But it becomes a little predictable. So this was interesting. He's a criminal, he's on the wrong side of the law, but he does have a heart, he does have a moral code. There is a sort of, he's not comfortable in his own skin due to his past. So it was nice to play with that dynamic and play against type, I suppose, what we've seen in this genre, and also for me just refreshing to inhabit a different character that felt very unfamiliar and probably had more of the sort of discomforts and so on that I have as a person more than the sort of action heroes I've played.
Yeah. Halle, my mom was an older mom, like she was 40 when I was born. So whenever I would watch movies and someone would be like, oh, this woman is older, she's in her 40s. I'm like, well, that's not nice. My mom's kind of an icon and she's not. And so I loved that we really get to see you play a character who like uses her age as like a, for lack of a better term, a you within the movie. How much freeing was it to like get to have those moments as like an actress who, you've been here for years, so many people love your work, and getting to show that like, hey, it doesn't matter that I'm older now, like I'm still going to be an icon in these movies?
I think more than about me being an icon in the movie, it was I had a realization that I'm speaking for so many women who are down this path of life, millions of women who feel marginalized and discounted and discarded, and I felt like when I was making it that in some way I'm giving a voice to so many women who would love to be in this character's position, not only to be able to do what she does, but to have the sense of worth and value to do that, to know that that's the right thing to do, and to have the courage to be able to do that. So it was great for me as an actor.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask both of you, because you're playing two characters who are at the height of their intelligence in scenes where they are one-upping each other a lot, because obviously Mike goes and like has run-ins with everybody, and like you can tell that like she very much so is like, I know this isn't a phenomenon, I know this isn't a coincidence, like you're doing something. How, for you guys as actors, is it to get to play two characters who are overly intelligent in scenes like that, and getting to kind of play a cat and mouse game when they both are both cat and mouse?
Oh, I love that, especially with Chris, because he's sort of a mysterious guy by nature. At least that's how I find him. He's not gonna give it all to you, and so it's fun to play with someone like that. And so he brought a little bit of that to this character, a lot of that to this character. He was, Mike was a closed book, and it was really fun to be able to try to pull these things out of that character and like do the dance, play the game, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because they're both kind of wearing masks and have been for a while at this point, up until this point of their life. And in the first sort of interaction they're having, there is a presentation, and especially from, I think, my character's point of view, this is not what he does normally, but he's able to sort of turn it on for a moment. And then once you peel back the layers and he divulges the truth, it's a real shock. You know, her response is shocking. It sort of, he realizes, okay, I misread this whole thing. But there is a sort of a definite sort of analysing and trying to understand what each other's about. And the same with Mark's character, the detective. There's the cat and mouse and the psychological kind of, not warfare, but that they're all playing games. They're all sort of attempting to sort of break free of the system, you know, that they're within. And by doing so, it comes with a great amount of consequence and risk. So you're sort of on the edge of your seat watching them navigate that.
Yeah. And my character realized that, you know, they were very similar. You know, she could read him and understand him because she was reading and understanding herself, right? And so that was interesting for me to discover as a character.
There's a courier carrying watches and gems. And the buyer's paying cash. Looking at $11 million in one room. 3 of which I'll be taking.